Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another Random Rants. Now, if you have not caught up with The Walking Dead, haven't seen the latest episode, don't watch this vlog because spoilers. Anyways, the latest episode, Denise got killed. It was very dramatic. All of a sudden, her storyline was, the episode was, she had gone out gone out of Alexandria to this one little pharmacy with Daryl and Rosita to get some supplies. And the reason that she was doing this was to help strengthen herself to become a braver person. Tara, her girlfriend, and if you haven't read the title, you can now guess where this shit is going. And so she didn't have the strength to say I love you to Tara, so she figures going outside the walls would make her strong enough to say I love you, to say everything. And she also brought Daryl along because Daryl reminded her of her twin brother. And she brought Rosita along because, hey, Rosita had, Abraham had just broken up with her, and Denise said, hey, this is probably the first time since forever that you've been alone. And so, she was bringing Rosita along just, to keep company, to do something. And in the middle of the speech she was giving them, arrow goes through her eye, and she still continues to speak, which makes, the whole thing's, 10 times terrifying. It's like, I hate you, Kirkman. Fuck you. So, yeah, so, if you did want to, look at the reasons why her death would be bad from a logical standpoint, she's the town's only medic. And Maggie is fucking pregnant. And so not having a doctor for someone's pregnancy is, ups the ante. But since, she's a member of the LGBTQ plus community, of course people are going to react differently. Now, what I want to say to that is that in the past, there's minorities haven't been treated nice all around. And I can understand, in certain times, but the thing is, The Walking Dead is a show where everyone can die, excluding a few characters such as Rick. It's like anyone can die, and that's part of what helps drive the show, because it's actually an odd thing of watching a show, because logically you need to distance yourself so you don't get sad, but you connect so intensely with these characters that that's not really an option. So a lesbian died. Straight characters die. Black characters die. White characters die. And I'm just going to say, I can't remember her name, but Tara did have a girlfriend before Denise, and I think for the majority of part that's been completely fucking forgotten in this excitement of outrage. And so when you have shows like The Walking Dead that kill anyone, especially those that show hope, which Denise was showing, you sort of have to look at not just, does this show kill a character, but the context. And so, let's look at it. How was her death different than any other death on the show? Was this death targeted specifically because she is a lesbian? Or is this just how shit works? And yeah, this is just how shit works in the show. The death wasn't like, I mean, if you want to say, oh, why was she was in the wrong place, the wrong time, it was so sudden and out of the blue. Dale, back in season 2, he was walking around at night and got bitten and had to be killed. Sometimes in the show, bad things happen, sudden deaths like that happen that you aren't expecting, that just fucking shock you to your core. So, I don't think it's pretty clear that she was not targeted because she was a lesbian. Her death was really treated the same as any other death. And in the series itself, this works because as I point out, she's a medic. So this ups the ante on Maggie's pregnancy and any other injuries, Alexandrians get. And behind the scenes, I believe Abraham was supposed to die. At least for those following the comics. So Denise Stein instead does allow comic book readers and show watchers to get the same shock, the same sadness. So behind the scenes, it's really fucking effective, because it's like, oh my god, and everyone in unison can just cry out in shock and pain, and I had to fucking hold back tears. And as I mentioned, The Walking Dead sort of has this thing of, if you're a beacon of hope, you're just living on borrowed time. And that's Denise. She was starting to be the beacon of hope. So, she had a short lifespan after that. So, it just really fucking annoys me of how people are treating this. One, just forgetting Tara had a girlfriend. I don't think Tara's first girlfriend got all this outrage, or maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe I wasn't paying that much attention. Or, I don't know, it's just goddamn weird, you forget about that. And listen, social justice issues are things that should be paid attention to, but you can't throw outrage at every little thing. If you don't want your gay characters to die, a show like The Walking Dead is not going to make you happy at all, because characters you love are going to die. People you care about on the show are going to fucking die. And it'd be actually a huge disservice to the show to say, only these people cannot die. And if you want to say, oh, my outrage isn't because of that, it's, then what is it? I mean, Denise's death had a point both on screen and, behind the scenes. I just can't hopefully we'll get over this. I'm part of the community myself, so it's like, we're not, God, this is so fucking stupid. It is a non-issue. Yeah, the Walking Dead characters are going to die, so you're really going to tire yourself out if you're going to complain about every single death. So, if this is going to trouble you so much, stop watching the show and start watching something else. Pretty Little Liars, one of the main characters is a lesbian. Oh, and before I end this, Denise's sexuality has been changed from the comics to the TV show, so. And anyways, I would like to know your opinions on this. Do you think people should be outraged about Denise dying on The Walking Dead, or do you really think it's a non-issue? And before you comment, you can care about more than one issue at a time. I have been Jashikins, owner of jashikins.blogspot.com. You can go to my blog to see wonderful vlogs like these. The sidebar thingy of my blog. You can also vote in a poll and name a dragon, so woot! And the links I'm going to mention now are in the description if you're watching on the YouTubes, and on the sidebar thingy if you're watching on my blog. I'm nearly done writing Chapter 2 of Chronicles of Gaia, and hopefully in around a week I will get a preview of it out, which means that if you donate to my Patreon, you can view the chapter right when it's posted to the blog and not have to wait like a week or so until it's actually fully released. Plus, you get bonus content, so woot! And if you want to donate to my Patreon, if you're like, hey, I don't really care about Chronicles of Gaia, hey, there is a solution there. There are also perks that don't include Chronicles of Gaia, such as $1 a month, getting you updates on my upcoming ebooks, $5 a month, getting you a 30-minute vlog featuring me, and also on the week of any of my ebooks' initial release, you get that ebook for free. Woot! And I do writing commissions on Fiverr, and I have a cafe press shop opens, and I update that with new designs once a week, except this week I was sort of away, so I didn't really have anything to offer this time, but next week, whoop, whoop. And until next video, goodbye.